we want to give them some motivation, some inspiration, some entertainment, and some education, and we'll start to transform their lives.
Right there, Willie. You just hit on something very essential. If you can share with the audience, what's the difference between inspiration and motivation?
Excellent, excellent question. Well, motivation deals with your head.
Okay.
That you get a motivational idea or motivational concept. But inspiration deals with your heart. It's that thing on the inside that's bigger and greater and stronger than the motivation. See, motivation will wear off, it'll go away, you'll get some other stimuli that will impact you. But we've seen stories of football players who one of the players goes down and we say, let's win one for my friend who went down. Or we find parents whose children are trapped in cars and somehow they find a way to get their children out. I've heard of mothers who have literally lift up the car to get that child out. It's inspired action. And when you get inspired, something happens. Inspiration is taken from the Greek word to breathe anew. And so when you get inspired, you breathe something into people. You breathe anew into them. So it's great to be motivational. But I am grateful that now they've called me one of the top inspirational speakers in the country because I want to inspire and pour into people and breathe anew into them.
Powerful, powerful.
Tell us, what strategies would you suggest to the audience for times such as these?
Well, in this book, I talk about the facts of the people I've interviewed on my XM show. Some of them were billionaires who started with nothing or who were bankrupt. Some of them had companies that went well and then lost everything, but it came back. And what were the strategies I've learned from all of these people, as well as the strategy I've learned in my life? There were 7 steps. I'll give them to you real quick. Number 1, don't panic. Listen what I say. Don't panic. Something happens in your life. Don't panic. One of my friends built $1 million company, multi-million-dollar company, worked for 25 years to build it. And then he had done what everybody told him to do. Invest and put the difference between where he was living. Live below your means and invest the difference. He invested it with a guy named Bernie Madoff. Lost everything.
Wow. Wow.
And when he learned the news, he wanted to end it all. But he thought about Willie Jolley, said, don't panic.
All right, all right.
And he said, I didn't panic.
Okay.
And I realized that in those 25 years, I just not made millions of dollars. I learned how to make millions of dollars.
Gotcha.
In the last 2.5 years, he's made back half of what he lost. So first, don't panic. Number 2, don't willingly participate nor commiserate. Don't buy into the gloom and doom. We hear all the bad news. Oh, it's a bad economy. It's a bad time to start a business. Well, 2 brothers in St. Louis, the Roberts brothers, they heard the same thing in St. Louis, bad economy, bad economic times, but they didn't buy into the gloom and doom. And in the last 15 years, they've built a $1 billion business. They own radio stations, TV stations, aircraft, they own hotels, they own theaters. All because they didn't buy into the gloom and doom. Then don't let your pride poison your prosperity. That's a big one.
All right, all right.
Don't let your pride get in the way. Sometimes you might have to get a second job. Sometimes you might have to work at Walmart or McDonald's while you're trying to work on your dream. But I tell people you got 24 hours. Give 8 hours to your job. Then 8 hours to sleep at night, because you need good sleep and good food. But you got 8 hours left over to work on your dream. Am I right about it?
That's right.
And that's when people watching television turn, to watch Jolley and watch this show and watch me in the morning. But don't spend a whole lot of time watching the stuff of like the Jersey Shore and stuff like that. Don't be peeking in somebody's bedroom window by looking at the reality shows that just show you a lot of drama, a lot of fluff. You want to get something that will inspire you. So I'm encouraging you to read. Education, what y'all said, read and develop yourself.
Education and motivation. Ladies and gentlemen, we're with Willie Jolley today on how to survive in a bad economy. Top motivational speaker in the world.
Yes, Mr. Jolley, please tell us and this listening audience about your new book, Turn Setbacks into Greenbacks.
Well, the book is just an incredible opportunity for me to share with people how they can get through these tough times. And what I want to encourage everybody to do, because we have such a short time in the interview, is to go to my website, williejolley.com. Everybody who sends me an email says, I heard you on the Jolley Grant Show. That Jolley Grant is fantastic. His name just fires me up, all right? You say, I heard me on Jolley, and I want you a free gift. We'll send you a free digital download of my teleseminar that I gave for my special friends and clients who spend a lot of money to get on this teleseminar on the ways to create multiple streams of income, even in tough times, that come right out of the book. So it'll be my gift to send that to you. Just this will be some strategies. Go to williejolly.com or just send us an email from there and say, I want the free gift from Charlie Grant. We'll send it to you. Because this book will inspire people. Let me tell you why I wrote the book.
All right.
Because that's a great question.
Talk to us.
I was watching TV.
Okay.
And I saw this story of a guy who lost his job. His wife had lost her job about a month earlier. The only thing this poor, pitiful man could do, because he had listened to all the gloom and doom, the bad news, the only thing he could think to do, go home, take a gun, shoot his wife, shoot his 5 babies, then shoot himself. And as I looked at the television, I hollered at the television, no, you don't have to do that. There are other ways. Not only to survive the tough time, but actually to thrive in the midst of the tough time. And that's why I went about getting the research and talking to people who have been able to build billion-dollar incomes and multi-million-dollar incomes, even in tough times. And those strategies come right out of that book, and that's why. So look, I gave you a couple, but I can't give you all.
Okay.
Last one I'm going to give you, though, is pray.
All right.
Be prayerful.
All right.
Oh, yes.
Okay, don't panic. Don't willingly participate. Don't commiserate. Don't let your pride poison your prosperity. Don't stop thinking about the power and possibilities of tomorrow. Be proactive. Be creative. And be prayerful. And why I left prayer at the last? Because it's the most important of all the ones I gave. Yet, many people, they'll pray and do nothing else. And my Bible told me that you must have faith and then action.
That's right.
Faith without works is dead.
We know it's
so you
dead.
got to pray and then act. My friend Wally Amos, when I had him on my XM show, he said many people are waiting for God to drop something in their lap. He said if you want God to drop something in your lap, it's best to put your lap with God dropping stuff. Come on, somebody.
So tell us, Willie, what are you working on right now?
I'm working on new TV shows.
Okay.
Okay, we got a new PBS special that will soon be out. You can see my daily television show, as I said, here on Washington on Channel 9 every morning about 6:35. We're now syndicating that around the country. And then syndicating the show you can hear on WHUR every morning across the country. And then we're working on a national tour that Les Brown and I are going to be doing soon on how to get back from these tough economic times.
Wonderful.
So,
Willie,
lots of things.
So how you're doing so many wonderful things, being such a great leader, dispersing and depositing so much knowledge to the community and throughout the world, because we know you're traveling the world. Tell us, where are some of the places and some of the people you've been speaking with or around the world?
I'm very grateful, Charlie. I've spoken here in America, all over the country, and just about every state. And then I've been in Australia a number of times. I was on tour with Stephen Covey there last I was there. And then I've been in New Zealand and South Africa. I've been in Japan. I've been in France. I've been over to the Caribbean a number of times. And I've had an opportunity, my wife and I, to travel around the world and get to meet people. And I'm just so grateful to be able to see that we all have commonalities. We all want to have our children have safe, comfortable lives. We want our families to be safe and comfortable. We want to live a life that has some of the good things in life, and we want to make a difference. And I believe we also should want to leave a legacy.
Oh, yes.
That when our time comes to die, which will happen, that we've not just forgotten about. All we do is, Bishop Jakes told me one time, that we live a life so that our children's 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 children will one day walk into a room and see our picture and run up and kiss it and say, thank you, granddaddy, grandmama, for what you did back in 2010 or 2011, 2012. That they will be in generations yet unborn. So I think we should not be thinking about just today. We should be thinking about our legacy for years yet to come. And that we want to pour into our children with a legacy that makes a difference.
Great, great. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been listening to How to Survive in a Bad Economy with our special guest host today, Willie Jolley. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry that's all the time that we have for today's show. Hey, it's been wonderful sharing with you, ladies and gentlemen. We want to thank our very, very, very special guest, Willie Jolley, for coming out today, sharing with us so many strategies and techniques and tips. We want to thank also our co-host, Ulysses Cooper, co-host Kevin Logan, and Matthew C. Horn, and our soloist, Savanya. Be mindful, ladies and gentlemen, and utilize motivation and education as your perfect combination in these economic times, and you will experience elevation and celebration. And remember, all I want to know, are you ready to grow? Until the next show, keep the faith.